Welcome to North Sun Tabletop Games, and today we're going to be taking a look at Star Wars The Mandalorian Adventures board game. Co-op board game for 1 to 4 players, and we're going to play through Mission 2. We're not going to go directly by the book. We've unlocked a couple of things because I've done 2 missions already. So if you don't want to be spoiled, then I would not watch this video. But we have a few extra bits and pieces, not much, a few extra card unlocks. And we're going to try to do this mission with Cara Dune and Grief Karga in our Elsewhere playthrough, where these guys are going to try to get Grogu out of the city. All right, and I think we're going to try on regular side instead of novice, but there is novice on the back. We'll see if we get wrecked or not. It's all for fun. All right, so let's get started. So normally if you're playing this mission, Escape from Navarro, you would use the Mandalorian Paz Visuala, but today we're going with Cara Dune and Grief Karga. The objective, escape with the child. All characters and the child are in the gold space. That's down here with no stars at the end of the turn. With no enemies at the end of the turn, we win. There's a Grogu. And of course, if any players lose, we are defeated. So this is the starting space. That's the little icon for the starting space. And it's us and the child. The special rule is if we pull the speeder token, then the child has to move 4 spaces back towards the beginning space. So we want to try to make sure we don't pull that. All right, and then we'll set up the board. The board has little squares and triangles. So square tokens go on the squares face up and triangles go face down. So let's go ahead and get those out. And since we're doing mission 2, we use the tokens that have the 2 on it. So triangle, triangle. We'll get all of these out on the board. Pretty straightforward setup once you've done it a couple times. And we'll just talk through it as we go. And then the squares, we will put, this is an example of a melee character that has a halberd, and then that's the amount of life they have. So this guy will have 4 life. All right, this is the blaster character with the gun with 2 life. This means it's a sentry. If you move in a space, 1 space next to it, if you move into that space, you take a damage. Another blaster character. This is another melee character. This guy has a special ability called grappling, and that's if you leave their space that you take a damage. Another blaster character with 3 life. Sharpshooter. So that plus is the kind of crossbar hairs are like the symbol for sharpshooters. With 3 life. Another sharpshooter with sentry. Melee with grappling. Sharpshooter. And another sharpshooter. Okay, and then when you are starting, you draw 4 cards. So we are going to play 2-handed. They do have a solo rule where you combine both the decks, but we'll play 2-handed. So this is Kara's deck. We'll draw 4 cards for her. 2, 3, 4. We'll see what she starts with. We got a drum blaster. 2 power action card. Come to mama. 3 power card. Attack. Move an enemy or character 1 space towards you. Ignoring abilities, and a 3 power card. All right, so that's what she's going to be starting with. And Grief Karga will have 4. He's only got 5 life. He's got backup plan, 1 power card, secret look at the top card of the event deck. Either discard it or place it back on top. And you can only do the special abilities if you play them in the special characters. We'll just talk through that when it happens. 3 card with the bonus. If he plays this under orange intel, he'll get the bonus. And manipulate intel. If you look at a threat with this action, you may swap it with any face down threat of the same shape. Okay. So those are his cards to start off with. This is the event deck. Whenever you have 5 power on these sections, you do an event. If you have 6, you do a crisis. And let's go ahead and put our disrupt tokens to see that. Move has 1. Attack has 3. Intel has 3. That's pretty rough. And plan has 2. So when you play a card, you add up these numbers in the row. If it's 5, you do an event. If it's 6 or higher, you do the crisis and the event. All right. Okay. I think based on that, let's see. So to pick up the child, when you perform an action, the person can pick it up and put Grogu on their character sheet. What do we want to do? So our goal is to get from here to here. It's a lot of moving. We know based on the event deck that the blaster guys are going to activate first in some manner. So let's see. Who do we want to go first? I think we probably want to plan. There are no blaster people that are near us. So it might be good to get rid of some of these. Oh, there's a special map rule. So this is from Mando season 1 when they were trying to escape and the Mandalorians came in and helped them. It has the covert. During your action step, you may discard a covert Mandalorian feature found on the triangle threats from your space to do one of the following. Deal 2 damage to a threat within range 2 or perform a free 3-strength plan action. So a few of these triangles are Mandos that can help us. All right, so since we know Blaster is up, let's try to... Let's see, I think let's have Grief Karga go first. He'll pick up the child. And his first action is going to be... Let's see, can I fit all this on the screen? His first action, we're going to do intel. So secretly look at a face down threat within range. And our range is going to be 4 because we're playing a 4 card. And then if we look at that threat, we can swap it with any face down shape. So we're going to put this under intel. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll look at this one. And then if you were playing like trader rules, you could do it. Okay, so we know that this is a melee guy. It's an enemy. So I think we are going to use his special ability to manipulate. And we're going to swap it with any face down threat of the same shape. So let's go ahead, since we'll probably try to go, let's see, how bad does this look? Sentries are up here. We'll probably try, let's swap this melee guy. Let's put him up here. And then we'll take our chances with what's down there. That's his first action. You get 2 actions on your turn. So this will add up to 7. So we know this will make the blaster guys go. And I think we're gonna plan. Let's see. Yeah, I think we are going to plan. It will plan for 3, so that'll make this go up to 5. So when you plan, you get to draw that number of planning cards. So we have a 3. This would be a 4 if we played it under intel, but we did not do that. You can't play the same action twice. So when we get our planning cards, we'll draw 3. We'll take a look. We got bad luck, which is no effect. We got defend. When you are dealt damage, discard this to block 1 and retaliate. So we're going to go ahead and take defend. We'll put that on this card because that'll block the damage. We'll put bad luck on the bottom. And we'll put retaliate on the top. Those are his 2 actions. Then for the event step, we check. because these are the steps in the turn. You got action, event, and then the draw step. Not 5, not 5. So this is equal to 7. So we get rid of this. This goes into our discard pile. Now he has to do the crisis. Since it was 7, disrupt the action slot with the lowest strength. So that's this one. So we put a disrupt token over here. We flip it. So now it's got a 2. And then we draw an event card. All right, so we are pinned down. We draw a reinforcement and we put it on our space. So we grab one of these reinforcement tokens and we flip it over. It is a melee guy with 5 life. He's in our space. And then blaster at range 2 will activate. So the closest blaster is out of range, so nothing happens. And at the end of his turn, a draw step, Grief Karga will draw 2 more cards. So he is adding an attack with a bonus, and that's going on my wall. Move another character 1 space, ignoring enemy abilities, or take 1 planning card from any character. Not a type you already have. Okay. All right, let's see what Kara's gonna do. So we've got a guy on us. We could do 4 damage to that guy, but it wouldn't kill him. We know that the next activation is going to activate all the types of enemies. Let's see. Do we want to... Where do we want to go? So we could attack for 4. Move an enemy or character 1 space towards you, ignoring enemy abilities. Or we could move 2. What to do? So she's got Drum Blaster. She's got... And this special ability that has the dash, this will always count as 5. So you would always have to do a event card if I played that card. We could do 2. And we could... Oh, we're not done yet. Hold on. Let me go back to Grief. Right, because he has 3 plus 2. That's 5 for the planning step. Sorry about that. We were supposed to do the planning step for him. So he wouldn't have drawn his 2 cards yet. So we would activate this card. That goes in the discard pile. Since it's not 6, we don't do this. We just do the event. Close quarters combat. The nearest enemy moves 1 space towards you. Then if it is in your space, it attacks you, which is this guy. So he would have gotten hit by the guy that came out. And he did have his defend card, so we would discard that. And then everything else is the same. All right. Now we are back in action. Okay, so let's see. If we move 3, we could go 1, 2, 3 and be in the sharpshooter space. We know blasters are up next again. So I think we'll have Kara move up, and then she can just start trying to clear out this area. If she attacks for 2, that'll make that a 5. Don't really want to attack though. Okay, so let's go ahead and have her move 3. So we're gonna put this 3 card under the move part on the dashboard. So that's a total of 4, so she can move 3 spaces. She'll go 1, 2, 3. She'll be in the space with this guy. And then for her next action, I think what we're gonna do is we'll spend 2 and do intel. And secretly look at a face down threat within range. Or choose an enemy within range and move it 1 space. I think we secretly look. Yep, so let's secretly look at this one and see what it is. Okay, it's another bad guy with 1 life. and he's a sentry. Okay. That's going to be it for Kara's turn. So this is 4, 3, 4. We didn't hit 5 or 6, so we don't do any events. And she's going to draw 2 cards. Let me see. Where do I want to put her? Pile. Let's see. This is his pile. This is hers. Okay, so she'll draw 2. She got a move that can move her 1 with a bonus move if she puts it in the move space. And a 4. All right, so we are back to Grief. And he needs to catch up. All right, so we could do... We could move another character 1 space and have her move here. And then she wouldn't have to worry about the sentry mode. That's going on my wall. And I could play that under any place. Don't necessarily want to talk. He only has low cards right now. That's the only thing. So I could attack for 2. But that wouldn't do any benefit. Let's go ahead and... I think we're going to have him plan. So he's going to say, that's going on my wall for 2. I don't think we're going to do the bottom. I think we're just going to plan and draw 2 planning cards. Keep 1 and discard the rest. So we got Retaliate and we got Strategize. We'll take Strategize. We'll keep Retaliate on the top. During your turn, discard this to draw 2 skill cards and or perform 1 additional action this turn. All right, so I think let's do that now. We're going to draw 2 skill cards now. We got Smooth Talking again. And 3. So he could move 3 and be in the same space with Kara. And then get an extra action. All right. So he's only done 1 action, so he has 2 more he can do. So he's either going to be able to do Intel. So let's have him move 3. He's going to make that go off. 1, 2, 3. So he's back with Kara. And then he's going to do an attack for 2. So normally it's 1, but since it has the attack symbol, he'll get a bonus. So it'll be an attack for 2, and he will shoot this guy. We'll go ahead and get rid of him. All right. And that is his actions. So now we'll do the lanes. So 3, 6, 7, that's more than 6. So this goes away. This goes to Kara, discard, his discard. We have to put 1 in the lowest, which is here. Draw an event for blasters. Firefight. Blasters attack. A maximum of 2 enemies can attack the same character. Each blaster not within 2 of the nearest character moves 1 space towards them. All right, so any guns with the range of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's a range of 2. 1, 2. Out of range, so it'll move 1 closer. 1, 2 out of range, it'll move 1 closer and move 1 closer. Okay, this has 3, 4. Nothing, nothing. And in the draw phase, he's got 3 cards, so he draws 1. And then we're back to Cara Dune. All right, so let's see. He's got deal 2 damage to a threat within range 2. If another character is in your space, resolve this ability a 2nd time. Okay, I think we are going to do that. So the next card up is all abilities. She's going to do her drum blaster. Attack, deal 2 damage. Is that what we want to do, or do we want to plan? Do we have any planning? Move an enemy or character 1 space towards you, ignoring enemy abilities. Now I think let's do the drum blaster while she's in that same space. Yeah, 2 damage and 2 damage. Yep, let's do that. So drum blaster, she pulls out the big gun. She's gonna open fire. Let's go with shooting this guy for 2. That'll get rid of him. And then we'll shoot 2 for this one. And when you shoot at a token, you flip it over. If it's not an enemy, then nothing happens. But that was a sharpshooter, and that guy is also dead. All right, that's her first action. That means that this roll will equal 5, and she has 1 more action. Let's see. I think we're gonna have her. I think we're gonna have her get intel. 4 spaces away intel. So let's do. If we do intel for 3, that'll make this 5, and we won't get an extra threat. So 3, 1, 2, 3. We'll secretly look at this token, see what it is. Okay, that's a Mando, so that's good to know. That gives us a bonus. One of the covert will be there. That wraps up her turn. So this lane, because of this special card that the rules explains later, it counts for 5, so we get an event. So we'll clear this off. This will go to Karga's discard, Kara's discard, and the event is going to be Exploit Weakness. 3 enemies move 2 spaces, and then deal 1 damage to the character carrying the child if able. So move 2 spaces. So 3 enemies. So the closest, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Probably be 1, 2. Deal 1 damage to the character carrying the child. They are able to do that, which means he will drop Grogu, and Grogu will go into an enemy space. And Grief Karga will take 1 damage. All right, next up we have 5 here, which means we get another event. So these 2 guards will go to her discard pile. What do we get? Engage. 1 melee will move 3. 1 blaster will move 2. So any melee that's not already there, that's just this one. He'll move here. Blaster will move 2. Is there any blaster that's not there? 1, 2. He gets closer. And then a sharpshooter will move 1. And the closest sharpshooter is right here. So he will move here. I think that's how that works. Okay. And then she'll draw 2 cards. And now we're in trouble. So this guy has grapple. So if we leave his space, we take a damage. So we definitely need to get rid of that guy. And we also probably need to plan. But we also need to pick Grogu up. So let's see. If we do 1, 2, I could get intel on what this space is. I do have smooth talking, so he can move, pick up Grogu, and not have to worry about the effect of the enemies. Yeah, let's do that. Let's 1, 2. So this token is 2 spaces away. We're gonna go ahead and do intel. So 1, 2, we're gonna secretly look at this and see what it is. Okay, it is a bad guy. And then we are going to do smooth talking. Move when performing this action, you can move through threats and ignore enemy abilities. Only reveal threats in your final space. That'll make that movement 4. So Grief is going to move 1 and 2 and be in the space with the guy with the blaster. Okay, and he is safe there. He doesn't activate anything, and he'll draw 2 cards. He got a 4 and paid off. Move any enemy up to 1 space, deal 1 damage up to 3 other threats within 1 range of it. Okay, so that could be good. Okay. Cara Dune, covered by enemies. So she cannot move. She's got no surrender. Move if another character is in your space, perform a free 2 strength attack, intel, or plan of action. That could be good. Until I pass cross, move a character 2 spaces towards you. I think she's going to attack for 4 and kill this blaster guy. And then plan for 1. And that will let us not have any events. So we'll do attack for 4, deal 4 damage to rage 1. So we are going to shoot that dude. We'll destroy him. He gets blasted. And then we are going to plan for... Man, until I pass cross, intel. Intel for 2. No, we don't want to do that. We want her to get ahead. Yeah, we are just going to plan for 1. If I do this 5, it'll be blaster guys, and there's a blaster guy here. I don't think we want to do that. Yeah, she'll plan for 1, so we'll draw 1 planning card. It's retaliate, so she will keep that. Nothing is at 5. We'll draw 2 cards. So Kira's got a 1 power card, and she's got strength in numbers. When performing this action with another character in your space, add 3 strength. Okay, so if she's in the same space with somebody, she can add 3 strength to that. Okay. All right, over to Grief. We got to get both characters over here and get out. Now, he still has his smooth talking, so he could move. Oh man, I looked at the token. I think this is the token with the covert that will let us do 2 damage to somebody. So we could do smooth talking, pick up the covert, get over there, and then what do we do? We know it's going to be blaster, so this guy's going to activate. This guy has 3 damage. We could blast this guy for 3. Move over here, do 2 damage to this guy. And that'll put us in a good spot for the blasters activating. Yep, let's do that. All right, so Grief Karga. He is going to pull out the blaster and attack for 4 on this enemy here. So let's go ahead and blast that guy. That will destroy him. Then he is going to do his second action, smooth talking. When performing this action, you can move through threats and ignore enemy abilities. Only reveal threats in your final space. So he's going to move 2. 1, 2. He can ignore sentry, so he doesn't take a damage. It is going to be the covert. During the turn, we can discard this to deal 2 damage to a threat within range 2. So we'll discard him to do 2 damage to the sentry. He is out of there. And that is Grief's 2 actions. We'll go down the lane. So this is 2, 4, 6. Clear this. These will go to his discard pile. We will have to do the crisis and add a token, 1 to move. Blasters activate. 2 blasters attack at a range of 3. A blaster, I do not see a blaster enemy, which means a reinforcement comes out. If a character is carrying the child, these enemies can only attack that character. You have something I want, Moff Gideon, but there are no blaster guys out, and whenever you can't do the ability on the card, you do a reinforcement. So we'll pull the reinforcement. It is going to be a blaster with a sentry right here. It's getting a little rough. Next up, the attack also has 8. So this will go to Kara's discard, Grief's discard. We will put another token on the lowest, which is attack. Question mark activates. And it is going to be Curiosity. The child flees unless the character carrying the child discards one of their planning cards. Grief does not have a planning card. Then resolve 1 additional event card. So the child flees. When he flees, he goes into a space with an enemy if possible. So he is going to move over here. And we draw another card, which is Sharpshooter, and there are tons of sharpshooters. This could end up badly. Ambush. Reinforcement at the nearest star, which is right here. So that's another sentry. And then a sharpshooter for 1 at range 3. So yeah, there's definitely sharpshooters there. So 1 sharpshooter will attack me, and Grief has 2 damage. As Grief gets sniped. All right. And then we'll draw his 2 cards. And we'll go to Kara. So unfortunately, she can move. She will take 1 damage from this grapple guy if she does that. But I don't think she's gonna retaliate. Or I can have her attack, but she can't do 3 damage to that guy. So she can either kill him and move to... No, I think we just want to move 4. And then we're going to have to try to pick up the child. So let's go ahead and play No Surrender. Move if another character is in your space, perform a free 2 strength attack, intel, or plan action. Oh, we don't want her to go here because these guys have sentry. And that'll do 2 damage to her. Yeah, we don't want her to go there. Let me think about this. Instead, do we want her to plan? So it's another question mark. We don't know what that's going to be. She doesn't have a card that does 3 damage. I think we're going to have to get rid of 1, 2, 3. Yeah, if she ends her movement within 1 of those sentries, they will both hit her. Yeah, they'll both hit her. And I don't think I looked at this one. I could intel that. That's going to give us another. I don't think we want to risk. Oh, there's no good way to do it. Because even if I put a 4 here and kill this guy, if I do an attack for 4, kill the guy with the grapple, I'm still going to be It might be better to just do 1, 2, 3 and see what this is and take the 1 damage. But I can't move 3. Shoot, not good. I could move 2 and then do an intel for 1. Clear intel, but then we'd see what that is, and I'd take 1 damage. Yeah, let's do that. So let's move 2. So Kara's gonna move 1, 2. This character has the grapple symbol, so that means we take 1 damage for leaving a space. Now she could retaliate, but I don't think I want to retaliate against this guy. I'll save that. And then we're gonna spend 1 to do intel. And look at this token. I'm trying to think, did I look at this token before? Is this a bad guy? Did we look at this before? I feel like we did, but I don't remember. So we'll secretly look at it. Oh, it's a sentry for 5. Okay, I don't think we looked at it before, but it is a sentry for 5. Okay, and that's her 2 actions. So we check the list. Nothing, nothing. This is 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's exactly 5. So we'll clear this off. We'll get an event, question mark event. Thermal detonator, deal 1 damage to any character. Touching things. The Mandalorian. All right, so that is unfortunate, but we'll give that to Kara. They both got 2 damage. And then that's it. We'll draw 2 more cards for her. She gets 4 and a 3 general power. So we definitely don't want to reveal this. And then we're back to grief. And we got to figure out how to. We have to figure out how we can. So we could do opportunist. That's planning. Draw 1 skill card. You may perform 1 additional action this turn. And that's under the plan step. So I could plan, draw some of these cards. Let's see if I get strategize. Would that help? And then attack. It is melee, so we probably want to get rid of the melee guy. We still need intel on this token because we don't want this to be the speeder that makes Grogu go back to the beginning. This will cause an activation. And there's melee guys there and there. Okay, let's do it. So let's do opportunist. We're going to plan. So we'll get 3 cards. 1, 2, and 3. So 2 bad lucks and a retaliate. So obviously we are going to take the retaliation. We'll put the bad lucks at the bottom. Then you can perform 1 additional action this turn. Limit 1 card per action slot, and we get to draw 1 skill card because we're going to do plan. So we'll draw his last skill card, which is just a 1. Okay. So for our additional action, we'll spend this 1 to do intel. And we'll look at this token. It is not the speeder. It's another sentry. Okay. And then plan intel in his last action. I think he's going to take a shot. Let's see. Attack. Secretly look at the top card of the event deck. Do any of these guys have 1 life? No, they don't. 3, 4, and 2 life. It's a mess. This is a mess. Yeah, I think we just have to open up with the blaster. So Grief's going to open up with the blaster, do 4 damage. We're going to do that too. Yeah, but she's going to go next. So is it better to get rid of the sentry? even though we know that the melee guy is going to activate. No, I think we get rid of the melee guy. Yep. So he's going to take a shot at the melee guy. Get rid of him. And then that is all of his actions. All right. So first is 4, 5, 6, 7. So these will go away. Clear that off. Crisis, we got to add 1 to the lowest, which is still move. Another 1. Activation. Get them. 1 melee moves 3. Yikes. So this one will go 1, 2. And then 3 melee attack range 0. So she's going to take 1 damage. So she's at 3 damage, which is bad. She's half dead. She will do her retaliate and put 2 damage on him. Next up is question mark. Nothing. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these come off. We have to put another plan on the lowest, which will be here. 2. Question mark activates. It is a reinforcement on the nearest, which is here, and then another here. So this is getting really bad. Another sentry, and on our exit, 4 blaster, and we got a melee attack up next. All right, then Griefs has gone through his whole deck, so we'll have to shuffle that. And he will draw 2 cards. And we're back to Kara. Okay, Kara, what are you gonna do? When performing this action, it's another move. If another character is in your space, perform a free 2 strength attack. One space away. Well, I'm not seeing a way to get around all these guys. Like, Grief Karga really needs to clear that up. I know that this is an enemy. I don't know what this is. She probably needs to plan. She can't move into that space because that's going to be too much damage. And if you go into a space with a token, you have to stop. And that would give 3 damage because it's 3 sentries and she would be dead. So I think the easiest thing to do is to... Do we want to just have the melee guy go? Because there's 1 melee over here. So we're going to have her do a plan. So that'll be 4. She'll draw 2 cards. Bad luck and be a defend, retaliate, shoot. Okay. And then for her second action, she is going to spend 3 and do an attack and get rid of the guy that's in her space. So he's out of there. And then she has 4, does not trigger anything, and she'll draw 2 cards. She gets until our paths cross. Move a character 2 spaces towards you, ignoring enemy abilities, and escort. Draw 4 additional planning cards. Okay. All right, and then we're back to Karga. Okay. Okay, so we can do this. Which is good. So we can get her into position. So we are going to do that's going on my wall. Move another character one space, ignoring enemy abilities, or take one planning card from any character. And we can play this under any category. It's two. So I think we'll play it under Intel. We'll move Carl one space, and then we can ignore the sentries. And then he can do one more thing. So I can either do paid off, move any enemy up to one space, deal one damage to up to 3 other threats within range of it. So I could move this guy here and then do 1 damage to 1, 2, 3 to each of these guys. Is that a good idea? Or I can shoot one of them for 3. And then if I shoot for 3, this one will come off. If I do paid off, if I pay this guy off, oh, I can move the enemy one space and deal 3 damage. But I would have to play this under Intel, which means I should not play this one under Intel. And then I can move one of these up and then do damage to the other 3. Yeah, I think that's better. Yeah, so I'm not going to play this under Intel. Let's play that's going on my wall. We'll say we put that under move. We'll put paid off. Move an enemy up to 1 space. Deal 1 damage to up to 3 other threats within range 1 of it. So we're going to move this gunner 1 up here. We'll play this under Intel. And then we'll deal 1 damage to these guys. The guy on top of the building and the 2 other sentries. Okay, and that's going to be his turn. So no event, no event. This has the special one, so that means we draw a card. These go in a discard pile. And let's see what these guys do. All melee move 3, which is just the one that's way over here, and then attack. So he just runs 1, 2, 3 to get closer. And then it's Kara's turn. Okay, we can't take much damage. Can we pull this out? All right. So I think we are going to we're gonna move, but we are not going to move because you don't have to get out of your position. Okay, so sharpshooters are next. Shoot, sharpshooters are next. That might change what we want to do. When performing this action with another character in your space, draw 4 additional planning cards. We could do escort. This will be 1 and draw 5 cards. Gotta retaliate. We don't want to go back this way. Oh, we really need to get rid of the sharpshooters. And these 2 are also sharpshooters. Well, there's only so much we can do. Yep, so we're going to do no surrender. Move for 4. But we are not going to move. But we are going to do a free 2 strength attack. And we will go ahead and take out... We're going to take out this guy. Or the guy over here. Yeah, we'll take out this guy with the free 2 strength attack. Okay, then we are going to spin one. So that'll take that up to 5. And we will shoot the other guy that had 1 life and take him out. All right. Then we just gotta hope we can survive this. Okay. We activate. This will go to the discard. This will go to Karga's discard. This will come off. So crisis, we have to put 1 here or here. Let's put it on. We still both have to move. I don't think we need intel that much. We'll put it right here. And then we activate this card. 2 sharpshooters attack at a range of 3. After an enemy attacks, move 1 space away from the player. So 2 sharpshooters attack. 1, 2, 1, 2. So they can both hit us. Yep, they can both hit us. So we'll do 1 damage to Cara Dune. So she'll go up to 4. From this guy, she'll spend her retaliate to deal 2 damage back. And that'll kill the guy on the roof. He'll fall off the ledge. And then the other sharpshooter will shoot. He's going to do a damage to Grief Karga. And Grief Karga will use his retaliate to deal 2 damage back and kill him. All right. Okay, next 3, 4, 5. Oh, blaster. I think we might die here. I think we might die. Yep, so these 2 go away. These are Cara Dunes. This clears. It's exactly 5, so we have to draw a blaster. 2 blasters move 1 space closer. So these are the 2 closest. And then 2 blasters will attack at a range of 2. Which means 5 damage on her. And 4 damage. So they both have 1 life left. And there is not much healing. Okay. Then we draw 2 cards. Kara's deck has been depleted. So we'll shuffle this up and give her 2 more. And see if we can make it. We don't make it. If we die, we'll probably just flip to the Novus side and see if we can make it if we have been playing Novus. Right, so 2 cards. She got 1 power move and Until Our Paths Cross. All right, so Grief Karga. Oh, looks like I forgot to draw his hand up to 4. Okay, so he's got backup plan, attack, secretly look at the top card of the event deck and either put that on the top or the bottom. Nobody has 1 life. We definitely probably want to get rid of the sentry so we can move into that space. He does have his plan to draw 1 skill card. You can perform 1 additional action this turn. Okie dokie. Do I want to do that and activate this, or is it not worth it? I could do intel for 1 and see what this token is. And then blast this guy for 3. I feel like I need a plan to get a defend card, but with these sharpshooters, where's the sharpshooter? There's 1 down here. He's 3 away. That's probably enough to kill somebody. I could do intel for 3 and move him 1 back. That might be worth doing. And then spend 4 and shoot the other guy. Yeah, I think let's do that. Okay, so we're going to do intel for 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to use the ability and move this sharpshooter 1 space back because we know the next card is going to be sharpshooter. And then we'll go ahead and Try not to die. We're going to attack for 4, and we're going to kill the sentry. So he's going to open fire on the sentry. That's his 2. So then we got 4, 4, 4. No event is triggered. We draw 2 cards for him. 2 and move talking. Yeah, this is what we need, because then he can move 2. Oh, but he still have to stop for that token. Yep, he still have to stop for that token. But we can pick it up and have no enemies in the space. So that's good. That might be good. Okay. So let's see. So if we put this in 1, we can move 2. We have to stop in that space. Move a character 2 spaces towards you, ignoring enemy abilities. So we could just attack and kill this thing. We know that this is a bad guy, even though I don't remember how much life it has. Or we can do intel. And we'd have to survive 2 rounds, 1 sharpshooter. So move, see what that guy is, and then can I play anything else without triggering it? I do have a 1. So I could put a 1 in plan and it would be exactly 5. And I can hope that we pull a card. And then she can pick up Grogu. Or I just open up and shoot this guy. Well, I think if we're playing to win, then we kind of want to make sure that we get 1 block card and then move 2. Oh, she's got 2 until her pass cross. Intel. Or choose an enemy within range and move it 1 space. Yeah, I could move 1 into here and then choose this guy and move him 1 space next turn. Yeah, I could do that. So let's do that. We're going to move 1. So she'll move into here. She has to stop. And then we have to reveal this token, which is a sentry with 2 life. And then I can either shoot it for 2, or I can intel and move it 1 space away. And then that way we don't have to worry about this. So is it better to shoot it for 2? Oh, it's a marksman. That means it's better to shoot it for 2 so that it doesn't activate. Or I could plan, pull 4 cards, hope I get strategize, then immediately play strategize, draw 2 more skill cards, and then shoot it for 2. But we can't take any more damage. And if I do this one, then it's just going to be 1 card that pops up. Yep, let's attack him for 2. We'll attack him for 2. Get rid of this guy. And when you do an action in the Grogu space, you get Grogu. And that is her turn. So now we just need to see. So this goes away. So this is 6. This will come off. Discard pile, discard pile. Token will go here in the least. And it's marksman. It is for the game. Snipers. 3 marksmen attack at a range of 3. A maximum of 2 enemies can attack the same character. 1, 2, 3. Each marksman not within range 3 or the nearest character move 2 spaces toward them. All right, so nobody was within range 3, so move 1, 2. And that's it. Nothing else activates, and we have this card. So she gets to draw 2. And then it is his turn. So I think what we're going to do is backup plan. So we're attack this guy up here for 1. And then secretly look at the top card of the event deck, either discard it or place it back on top. So we'll hit him for 1. We'll look at this. This card is going to be melees move 1, attack and blasters 1, marksman or blaster. So that means I would have to kill him. Otherwise, it's going to be melee. So I think we're going to place it, discard it. So we're going to discard this one and hope that the melee one isn't that bad. So we did an attack. And then we're going to do a move for 2. And he's going to go 1, 2. And then all we have to do is get her on this space with no enemies at the end of the turn. That's all we got to do. And survive. All right. Nothing's at 5. We'll draw 2 cards. 1, 2. So he got a 4 intel power and manipulate. You look at a threat with this action, you may swap it with any face down threat of the same. And it's Kara's turn. All right, so we know melee is going to activate. So I think we definitely need to move. And it feels like no matter what, it is going to be we're not going to be able to get rid of it. So 2, 3. I don't have any 1, 2, 3. So no matter what, it's going to be 5 on here, which means 1 activation. I could do attack for 2. This will be 4, so it won't activate. And then move for 4, and we just have to live through 1 thing. Okay, let's do that. So we'll do attack for 2 and do 2 damage to this guy. So he'll have 3 damage on him. We'll blast him. And then we are going to do no surrender. Move if another character is in your space, perform a free 2 strength attack until or plan action. So first we'll move. Even though we can move 4 spaces, we'll move 1. Then another character is in my space. So since this matches the move icon, we can activate the special ability. We'll do a 2 strength attack. Or we can do a free intel or a free plan. Let's do a free plan and see if we can get defense just in case. So 1 and 2. And we did not get defense. But we did get strategize. I don't think I want to use the strategize to do another turn. All right, so we are in the final space with Grogu. 4, 5, 6, 7. So these will go into the discard pile. Can Grief and Kara get it done? So we'll put a disrupt token here. It's going to be 1. And then we'll draw the card for all the marbles. It is All guys move 2 and attack at range 0. This melee guy runs trying to catch us. There's no other melee guys. 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 2, 4. That's the end of the turn. The objective: all characters and the child are in the gold space with no enemies at the end of any player's turn. And mission is accomplished. We did it. Woo! That was tougher than I thought, but we made it. All right. Well, fantastic. That is a look at Mandalorian Adventures, the board game. It just came out. I'll put an Amazon affiliate link in the description below if anybody wants to purchase it. A tiny bit will come to support the channel. If you enjoyed what you saw, I encourage you to like and subscribe. All right, I think that's it. Thanks for watching and have a great day. All right.